Fox 46 News at noon starts with breaking news.
Breaking news at noon, Tyler Terry in custody. There he is. Fox 46 exclusive video here of Terry being brought in on the back of a pickup truck within just the past hour and a half in Chester County. Fox 46's Destiny McKeever joining us live in Chester County. Destiny, we're discussing this press conference. I know the sheriff just stopped talking just a few moments ago. Fill us in here on how they caught him and what we've learned.
So the sheriff says that basically they were able to secure that perimeter, that they had around the area of Highway 9, and they were able to capture him safely. So take a look. This is Louisville High School right across the street. This is where we've been set up all throughout the afternoon, watching as officers kind of cheered when they were able to bring Tyler Terry in safely on that vehicle that we were able to capture live right here on Fox 46. We do know that the sheriff was not on the back of that vehicle, but he says that his officers had spent day and night looking for Tyler Terry. They had been looking for him for, again, 7 days. Some of these officers not able to go home to their families because they were so active in this search. We do know that some of them had to even stay over at the library at the Louisville High School just so that they can get air conditioning and so that they can so that it can be cooler, as it's just hot out here. The conditions are very hot. So we were just talking to the sheriff about that and different things like why he felt it was so important to be able to speak with us immediately. And he says one of the things was so that he could thank the community. He says all of you out there who gave tips and told where you saw Tyler Terry and where you last spotted him, he says that was the thing that was able to help them to get Tyler Terry into custody safely.
He was taken into custody safely. No shots were fired. He is, considering the conditions that he's been through, he is in relatively good health. We immediately provided him some medical care by the EMS staff here.
So that was Sheriff Max Dorsey that you just heard from, and we just received pictures from the PIO of the Chester County Sheriff's Office. I just received them via text, so I'm going to send them over to the newsroom and hopefully be able to get those on the air. But they show Tyler Terry and the condition that he was in when he was brought into custody. Right now, you're looking live at that staging area that police have been kind of gathered in tents. There have been several tents over there at the Louisville High School. That's where they've been all throughout the day today as they have been searching for Tyler Terry and were able to get him into custody safely. Also, no officers hurt. So we were able to talk with the sheriff. He expressed that he is just deeply thankful to the community for all of the support, deeply thankful for all of the law enforcement officers who came out to help. He says officers came out from as far as Greenville overnight last night just to make sure that they were able to do just what they did, which was bring Tyler Terry into custody safely. Back to you all.
And our team coverage continues now with Fox 46's Robin Kennedy live at the Chester County Jail. Robin, Terry will be brought there now that he is in custody. Have you seen him yet? Has he arrived yet?
He has not, Paige. We are still waiting on multi-state murder suspect Tyler Terry to come right here to the Chester County Jail. We are about 20 minutes or so from where you saw Destiny over at Louisville High School, around the area where Tyler Terry was captured. This is the Chester County Jail, and we're assuming that he is going to be brought here. Tyler Terry, minutes ago, the sheriff said he is en route to the Chester County Jail here, and this is where he will be brought in through the Sally Port and taken into custody, staying here at the jail. The sheriff said he will be in COVID protocol for about 10 to 12 days here at the jail. He will also be given a hearing in front of a magistrate through the legal process, and he is wanted again for 4 murders in 2 states. The sheriff telling us just earlier that Tyler Terry really had nothing to lose out there in those woods where he was hiding out for 7 days after getting into that shootout with deputies, first firing at them multiple shots last Monday night, what started this manhunt. And then we found later in the week that he is wanted for 4 murders. And also, the sheriff telling us that Tyler Terry this morning was laying on the ground, hiding in the high weeds. That's how they found him. The ATF found him this morning. The sheriff said he made a mistake yesterday and he crossed over a road. He was spotted by sheriff's deputies and then they just started closing in on him after that. But it was interesting to learn how Tyler Terry was homeless for a while, and that's how the sheriff believes he learned some survival skills. He also said that Adrian Simpson, his accused accomplice, who has been in custody here for a week right after that chase and shootout with the sheriff's deputies last Monday, Adrian Simpson was captured, and she's kind of been his cohort along on this whole crime spree that they're accused of. And she said that the two of them had been homeless during periods and they had lived together in the woods and that they would just camp out there for sometimes a month at a time. And so we're learning a little bit more about how Tyler Terry actually survived out there for 7 days. Law enforcement officers, 300 law enforcement officers brought in here to capture him and bring an end to this. And we are awaiting Tyler Terry to come back here through these gates of the jail and be brought in here to the Chester County Jail. And this could happen within minutes. So we will be here and we will bring you the latest. Paige.
And several law enforcement agencies tweeted about this capture. Tega K Police thanked the hundreds of officers for their help. So did the FBI. They thanked the agencies for bringing this week-long manhunt to an end. Fox 46 is continuing to follow this story. Any developments on air and online we'll bring you here at Fox 46 and, of course, fox46.com. Also, be sure to download the Fox 46 News app if you have not done that yet to get updates sent straight to your phone. New at noon, the woman police charged with murdering her 4-year-old daughter went before a judge today. Fox 46's Jamal Goss joins us live at the Mecklenburg County Courthouse now. Jamal, what did the judge rule?
Well, a Mecklenburg County judge denied bond for Malika Bennett. She sat quietly in the courtroom for only a few minutes with her attorney before the judge made the decision. Now, the 31-year-old is facing several charges, including killing her 4-year-old little girl, along with child abuse and other charges. Police found the little girl's remains last week, buried in the backyard where her mother lives in Northwest Charlotte. You're looking at pictures from the family of the 4-year-old, and they tell me these are some of the last photos that they have of her. CMPD hasn't officially released her name, but the family says it's Majelic, and they called her Jelly. Now, we spoke with the family afterwards. They were inside the courtroom as well. Here's what they had to say about Bennett's first court appearance.
It didn't look like she cared to me, but my brother said she liked it, but to me, I ain't see no remorse. I ain't see no sad face. She don't care. And that's just the way I feel.
Now, the family says they are completely devastated by this and say they hadn't seen Majelic since August. And they say they kept asking Bennett about her, and she would tell them that she was with another family member. Right now, they're asking the community for prayers. Meantime, neighbors, teachers, and the community has really rallied around this family and have made a makeshift memorial where police found the remains. Reporting live in Uptown, I'm Jamal Goss, Fox 46.
Let's take a look outside there. Here, the Hyatt Place Uptown camera showing you what we just saw there with Jamal as well. A sunny day, a hot day. We've been talking about the heat here a lot already this morning. Fox 46 meteorologist Jim Lytle joining us now as we are getting back into the 90s again. Jim.
Yeah, warmest temperature at noon so far this year, so it's really hot. It's up to 87 degrees. These are the temperatures that are forecasted for today. And down to the southeast along 74, it's going to be mid-90s. This is not May weather. This is July and early August weather, right? Low 90s up to 77 corridor. Same story as you go a little bit farther north, maybe some upper 80s and lower 90s. The only place that has any kind of relief, and it would be up in the mountains, right? They have elevations above 3,000 feet or really in the 70s and super nice. So that's why people have mountain houses oftentimes, is because of weather like this on hot days like this down here in the Piedmont. So it is going to be dry the next couple of days too. Our average high temperature is 81, but it's going to be 90 or better for many days in a row. It's the weekend we start looking at maybe a little bit cooler weather, and we'll talk more about that big pattern change that might happen next week. All that coming up a bit in our completed weather segments coming up.
A concert gone wrong. A teenager shot and killed in Charleston. What police are doing now to find the man they say started a gunfight. And a carjacking turns into a kidnapping. How a 5-month-old was finally reunited with her mom as the search continues now for that suspect. Plus, it's been almost a year now since the death of George Floyd. How activists and even President Biden plan to honor his life. And proof for payments, why Governor Cooper is making people on unemployment prove their job search.